Hi guys, welcome back to my channel and to a new video as well. So in today's video, we'll understand basically how to access the various OpenAI models utilizing the API calls, and for this we'll be using Google Colab. So before starting with this interesting video, probably I would request all the new users to subscribe in this particular channel and so that they can be updated about all the new ongoings in the GenAI world, as well as know about all the latest sort of I'll say discoveries and the updates about the AI world. So that will be really interesting, and your support will be really appreciated. So going on with today's particular video, I will give you a small sort of demonstration, and I'll teach you as well basically on how to access the various models via OpenAI. So first of all, OpenAI is like a an organization, right, that has built some of the best models that is known up till now. Started with the ChatGPT, right? It was a huge uproar in the Gen AI industry and in the world itself, right? When Gen AI came, I think ChatGPT, sorry, when ChatGPT came, I think it came post-COVID or around COVID itself, and it had had some major heads moving towards it, sort of revolving towards it. So you know the power of ChatGPT, right? So I mean, behind ChatGPT, the company which sort of prepared this particular model was OpenAI itself, and now it has come up with multiple new models as well, like ChatGPT 4.0, 4.0 Mini, and 3.5 Turbo. Even Dell E and Whisper sort of models are prepared by OpenAI itself. So let's deep dive into the world of OpenAI and see what exactly it's all about. So just type in OpenAI and write platform. Sorry. Okay, it was not able to get it. So click on platform, and once you click on it, uh, you can click on the first particular sort of model that is there. Just a minute. OpenAI platform. It is. Let me. I think it will show me. Yeah, the API platform. Just click on this particular link. Okay, I am facing some issue. OpenAI login. Let's write this one. Probably it will give us the right. Yeah, OpenAI platform. See, just click over here. I'll paste the link as well in the description, so it will be easy for you. Once you want to log in or sort of register, just click on. I mean, you can register via your own Gmail ID, and let me do some things. Just give me a minute. I think, yeah, this is good to go, and also use Colab. So people who are not aware about Colab, you can go through my previous video that I did on on how to sort of access the Hugging Face models, all the LLM and FM models that are present over there, or the large language models or the foundation models which is present on Hugging Face. And I had utilized Colab over there as well and via API calls I had accessed and demonstrated its capabilities also. So you can go there, and I'll also paste the link of that particular video in the description, or else you can go through my video feed and you'll be able to find it very easily. So carrying on with today's collab, so just click on collab. If you are using it for the first time, I'll again demonstrate it for you. So click on welcome to collab, and again it can be accessed via your Gmail account itself. Let me use this one. So mm, mm, mm. let me start a new sort of a file, new notebook and drive. And first of all, let's generate the API sort of key. Okay, and to do that, click on API reference first of all. Don't sort of panic if you're watching it after a couple of months and the UI has changed, or if you're watching it even after a year or a couple, then you'll be able to easily follow. The UI don't change much, so you'll be able to find out API reference. Just search it, API reference, and you'll be able to find it out. After that, just scroll down, click on API keys. It's highlighted over here. Click on it, and I already had generated one. So for you, if you are using it for the first time, don't stress out. Just click on create a new secret key, name it. I'll name it generative AI. Let me write generative open AI token. Okay, and we'll create the secret key. So make sure that your secret keys are remaining secret. These are some really sort of important sort of data. Don't I mean, make sure that it's secret and you don't share it with anyone else. I'll go to the collab, I'll go to the secret key part first of all, and add a new secret key. Okay, let me first paste it. I'll paste it out. Okay, it's done. Generative. Let me copy it from here itself. It's pretty easy, right? Let me copy it. Just copy it over here. Go to the collab notebook and paste it. Okay, and paste it. It's not working. Never mind, never mind. Let me see what is the mistake. Let me see. Why am I not able to make the change? Probably I have to paste it once again. Let me delete it once again and let us do it once more. It's fine, it happens. Create a new key, gener generative open AI token. It is. Let's copy it once again and go to new secret key, generative open AI token, right? And then paste it over here. Let's recheck it. Is the name same? Done. Generative OpenAI token, generative OpenAI token. It's same, yes. And then just provide the access. Click on Control S so that it can save the sort of change. And then let's start with the code. Before starting with this, make sure that you have signed in on OpenAI. The sign in process is pretty simple. You can do it via your Gmail. And if you're a first time user, you will not have major credits. So probably you need to add more credits to your profile as well. Let me go to API reference. Yeah, I was there in API reference itself, but never mind. Let me see. Let me go to billings. Let me see billings, and I have $49.87 in my account. I had done the recharge today itself. Sort of, I had increased the limit. I mean, pardon my language, but yeah, so basically you can do that. It will hit your bank, but I mean, that's the cost of learning something new. Probably, you can make sure that the dollars are lesser. Probably as per your utilization, you can start with $10, even $5. $5 is not enough, so try to do it at least for $10 or $20. $20 is a sort of you know fair amount of money to explore. What exactly is OpenAI all about. So that's it, and let's move on to the API reference part. So after API reference, what I would suggest is that I will, take some steps. I'll try to show you a couple of things. Let's start with text generation. It's very simple. Just copy the code. Okay, first let's copy this code first of all, and let me add a text file over here. Let's delete this one, and let's write sort of open AI. Okay, and text generation. Let's start with text generation. It's pretty simple. Control Shift Enter and it will be able to run, or you can run each and every sort of line of code utilizing this particular button as well. Okay, so let me save the name. The name is, let me copy it first of all. Let's copy it and we'll save it under the same name. Okay, and we'll keep the name as well same. So everything is similar. Okay, simple. Let's see if it's running. That's the first thing that we need to do. Okay, so before running any code, another important thing is that change the runtime and shift it to T4 GPU. The reason why, again, if you want to understand, then go through the previous video on Hugging Face. I have explained it in depth. What's the reason behind doing so. You cannot sort of run any of the LLM models on the normal GPU or simple CPU that you have on Colab. The entire reason of utilizing Colab is to utilize the GPU capabilities. Rerun the model. Let's see, it's connecting. Probably once it's connected, it will show a tick mark over here and the model will start running. It's connected and pretty fast I'll be able to see the responses and the outputs as well. So it's running. Let me rerun the code. Generative OpenAI, right? So yeah, that's the thing. Let's run the code and we'll be able to see the secret key. So after this particular session, I'll delete it, and don't again share your secret keys as well with anyone else. So that's it. And let me go to the code now. Just copy this particular piece of code. It's pretty easy to run as well. Let's run this model without doing anything first of all. If you run it, it will show an error. The reason behind it is that it's not able to understand what is exactly OpenAI all about. So let's run the OpenAI. To do that, it's pretty simple. Use pip install and you'll see the code popping up. So the collab is pretty intelligent, as per your last sort of task, it is able to remember a couple of statements and the queries that you have utilized, probably run. So once it's showing successful, see the amount of speed it is showing utilizing T4 GPU. So that's the reason you will need to use it. Let's run this piece of code separately. I will run it once again and let's see what error pops up again. Obviously, it will show some errors. I'll try to tell you what are the errors that it's going to show. So it's showing that the API key is not mentioned. So let's write the API key. Just mention API key equals to and write the model name again. Generative AI token it is. We'll write generative AI token and then rerun it once again. See, it's running pretty easily now. And now on the response part. So what is this response role, content, system, user, and assistant? I will also tell you about all those things. Just stay sort of, stay with me and don't rush around. So once you see this particular code, basically the model that is being utilized right now over here is GPT 4.40 mini. If you want to know more about it, then you can go over here and very easily you can check more about it. So in model section, let me open it in a new tab. On the model section, you can see about different things like GPT-4o mini is showing by default right now because it's something of a new addition to ChatGPT model. So probably if you are watching it today, then it's pretty nice. I mean, even I'm watching it for the first time. So GPT-4o mini is pretty new. And if you want to read more about it, then you can click over here. You can see the context length, the context window. So basically, context window is an amount of tokens it's able to calibrate at one go. So probably 1,28,000 is like you can easily sort of ask the model to sort of get trained upon an entire booklet, entire book itself very easily, and the amount of maximum output tokens it's able to generate is 16,384. So it's very high, right? And the training done upon this model is up to October 2023, right? So this past couple of months, it's not trained upon that data or any new data that has come after October 2023 till date. Okay, so that's the sort of idea that they have given what exactly this model is capable of doing. It's all mentioned over here like text to image, accepting text or image inputs and outputting text. So the output over here will be text itself. Okay, the inputs can be a text or an image, either of it, but the output it's showing over here very easily that the output can be text only, not image. Okay, so we'll utilize this model. Let's run this model. Let's ask us some different sort of question. Let's ask what is machine learning or what is generative AI as per this model. Let's see that. Okay, and let's run this particular piece of code. I'll explain what exactly this code is all about as well. So nothing to worry about. It's pretty simple, nothing major over here. I'll show it to you what exactly this means. Let's sort of run the response as it's stored over there. Let's run it. Basically over here in the client part, they have just created an object of this OpenAI and they are running over here. I mean, all this code in the response section, they have, sort of mentioned the model name and the sort of messages like in terms of system, user, and even assistant. I'll tell you all about it as well. So on the response section, you can see the solution, the answer as well. It starts from here. See, generative AI refers to the class of artificial intelligence. So if you want to see the code and not the things previously, then you can write a piece of code that I'm writing it over here. Just follow the steps and it will be pretty simple. Response dot choices. Let's write it down and you can type this particular code, run it. So it will remove the previous things and you'll only see what is the sort of piece of text, right? You can go through it, okay, and copy it as well and paste it on a Word document for later reference. Okay, so see how easy it is to run. So we have seen exactly what text generation is all about. I'll show you a couple of other things, but before that, we'll go to a very interesting part of OpenAI, that is Playground. Instead of writing the piece of code, if you want to leverage the UI itself and see exactly the different answers that are coming. So let's say what is now system and what is this assistant and what is this user part. So assistant is nothing else but this particular piece of model that you're using. The models will change, then the assistant will change. System basically represents the sort of tone of the model that you want, or the sort of how the model should react. So if you want the model or the assistant to be polite, then you can ask the assistant to be very polite over here as well. So write down, let's write uh, assistant, keep the assistant sort of kind. Okay, I can write it here. Let click on GPT-4 mini, because that's what we used earlier as well. On the query section, this is the user part. Basically, you can write down your queries. This is the model part, okay, or the assistant part, whatever model you are choosing. As per that, the sort of trainings will happen. So I'll uh, write down. Uh, Tell me a funny joke. Okay, let's see what sort of response it gives me. Okay, and let's run it. Okay, run. Sure, here's one of for you. Why did the Scarecrow win an award? Because he was outstanding in his field. So it was a good one, as per me. A PJ, but a good joke as well. So, I mean, that's how you can easily navigate around and utilize this particular, piece of UI that is there. You can leverage it, you can play around, but make sure that every time you are running a piece of code, you are getting charged, okay? So, you're losing some valuable money. So, make sure that you use the prompts very effectively. You can make the assistant, keep the assistant angry also. Keep the assistant response angry, okay? Uh, okay, let's run this piece of code again. Tell me a funny joke. Let me copy this and let's rerun it once again. Asking, or let's see what exactly uh, can you, let's see, can you repeat the joke? And let's see what it's giving me as a response. See, it's giving me a very harsh response. Fine, here is it again. So it's giving me a sort of discomfort. You can see it's getting a little bit irritated. As I have mentioned that the tone to be angry. So system is nothing else but basically it can sort of modulate the tone or the mood of the model. If you understand it, if in very plain simple words, if I have to tell, then system controls that part. System role is the name that is basically utilized even in the code. System role is there. User role is basically the sort of query that you're inputting over here so that the model can respond. And the assistant part is nothing else the model response that comes out. Okay. So now you can navigate and play around with it. It's very simple and I'll say really fun to use also. So you can practice it on your later times. Coming back to our model once again, so we'll use some other things also. Let's go for image generation. Let's go for image generation now. So image generation also, it's pretty simple. Again, copy the piece of code, go to your particular tab. Let's change the name. Let's keep it OpenAI 1. Let's name it this like this, OpenAI 1.ipynb file, and let's run the piece of code. Before that, let's add a text part as well. Let me add the text part. Let's delete this particular piece of code, and we can do now sort of image generation. Okay. Okay. So let me increase the size. So image generation. Let's paste this particular piece of code, and again, so if you change the piece of code, then what you have to do, the same thing that we did previously, just copy and paste this particular part. Uh, just add the API key because API key is essential before running any piece of code. Okay. So OpenAI it is, and now what we'll do is that there's different things. See the model name that we had seen in the playground part before. Yeah, this is the model name. In the piece of code also there's a model part, then there's prompt, the text that you have to write in terms of user, what we used to write it over here, in the user part. Okay, and the response is nothing else but the assistant part. Okay, and the sort of over here the size of the image is also mentioned. You can change it to some other things also. 1024, I think 596 cross 596. We'll see what exactly it is. And the quality is standard and the response. So now what should be the prompt? Let me write create a picture, create a picture of a dog fighting a lion with a, let's say, arena full of people cheering them. Let's uh, let's run this particular piece of text and see what sort of image it's able to create. It will be really interesting to watch it. But for all this, again, make sure that you are sort of increasing your limit, because obviously this will charge more. So post your utilization, you can check the charges of what sort of charges they are pushing onto you. So over here the model uses Dell E3, okay? And let's see the response now. Okay, let's see with the URL that it's able to generate. Just copy the URL and you will be able to see what sort of image it's able to generate now. Control V, enter. So see, it has given a decent, sort of an image. Just understand, just writing the prompt, simple prompt is able to give me this image. Obviously, you can write the better prompts also. I had written a couple of them. I will copy it and show it to you. See, certain things that I had already created, probably it will work. I hope so. If I run this code, okay, it has stopped. So never mind, but I had run a previous code and even on the thumbnail part, if you see there was a person's photo picture. Let me see if I can download and show it to you. Probably I can or not, I have to check. Okay, so after utilizing one particular prompt, so I had used this prompt. So uh, not this one, sorry. So if you wrote, if you write this particular prompt, let me write this prompt once again and let's rerun it. Let me check if it's able to generate the same model, same photo or not. Probably it can. Let me try it once again. Okay, it is that. This is the prompt. Let me rerun it once again. Probably it will give me a better response this time. It will take some time to create that model. Obviously, it has to generate it as well, right? So it might take a couple of seconds as well. So it's rerunning it. Let's rerun it once again. It'll generate me a new URL. See, it has generated something similar to what I have already presented on the sort of thumbnail. So you can check the thumbnail picture over there. It was better than the one that is generated right now. So you can play around with it. Okay. So this is the image image generation part. Similarly, you can do a lot of things, a lot of other things also. So I'll keep it crisp for today. This is what happens. Basically, very simple piece of code. You can understand them very clearly, and I think I helped you in understanding what exactly this particular OpenAI models are all about. And I hope the particular session was fruitful for you guys. I will mention the particular, I'll take this particular notebook and I will also mention it in my GitHub profile. So I'll provide the link as well in the description box. That's it, guys. I hope that this particular session was, this particular video was very fruitful, and I think it might have sufficed your requirement or understanding as well that you wanted to have for OpenAI on how to access the various models via API calls. So that's it, guys. Thank you for subscribing to this particular channel. If you have not, then I'm waiting for you guys. Do subscribe before going and do like the channel. Do like this video. Share it with among your friends and also comment down what else, what sort of videos you want to see on my channel so that I can create more upon those particular topics as well. Okay, so thank you guys and have a great day. Bye bye. Take care. And last thing that I don't want to forget to say is that keep on reimagining data with AI. That's something that I always like to say. So yeah, that's it. Take care, guys. Bye bye.